Hey, what's going on, gamers? Ian here, back with more of my PS3 collection. So this is actually part two, but you're going to see the first half of the alphabet, just because the way I was taking it off my shelf. I tried to keep them in alphabetical order, but they did a few of them did get jumbled out of place. So for the most part, I'm gonna try to keep it in somewhat of an alphabetical order. So let's just get started because I have so many PS3 games and we just need to knock these out as fast as we can. So we get that viewer retention up. So we have Assassin's Creed Rogue, Assassin's Creed Revelations, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Assassin's Creed 3, Assassin's Creed 2, and Assassin's Creed. Now, as you can tell, I'm a big fan of the Assassin's Creed series. Love this series. I got started with Assassin's Creed 1. Originally, it was an Xbox exclusive, and I looked at that gameplay, and I just wanted to get it so bad. Finally, it came to the PS3, and I snagged it up as soon as possible. I remember I rented it day one, and I played through it, finished it, and I just fell in love with the series. I got my friend Rigo into it, and now he's a huge fan of that. Now, something that Rigo got me into was Afro Samurai. So he got me started with the anime. He actually bought me the anime, and yeah, eventually I got the game. Love the game. Very fun, especially because I'm a fan of the anime. We have Aliens, Colonial Marines. Aliens versus Predator. So this I think is a lot better than Aliens Colonial Marines, but I would say it's not as good as Aliens Isolation. This one I would say is somewhat of a hidden gem. I enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, that's fine. It's not a very expensive game as far as I know now. Alpha Protocol. So Alpha Protocol, I mean, it's supposed to be like a spy RPG, and I think they did a decent job of it. Um, but I mean, obviously, it's you know didn't get critical acclaim. So we have Army of Two, the 40th Day, and Army of Two, the Devil's Cartel. So loved the Army of Two series. I played through that the first game at least with my buddy Rigo. We were trying to do the second game, the 40th Day, together when he came to visit me, but my ex caused a whole bunch of issues, and she basically broke the TV. So that kind of put a stop to that. Um, Borderlands 2 and Borderlands Game of the Year Edition, both great games. I have the platinum on Borderlands. Just love these games. It's amazing. I was kind of disappointed because when the advertisements for Borderlands initially released, it was supposed to be very realistic looking, and they ended up opting for a cell shaded style, and I wasn't too thrilled about that at first. Eventually, I came around, and you know what? I love that now. Um, Born Conspiracy. So again, this is just the regular GameStop case. Rented that from the library originally, and then when I found it for under $5, I added that to my collection. Brink. So this is one that I had a friend. He was really saying that this was going to be like a revolutionary game. This is going to be the best game ever. And it released, and it was pretty much just hot garbage. Not a really big fan of Brink. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, Bethesda. You can make some great games, but you're not above criticism. The Bureau. Loved this game. Had a lot of fun. If you like the XCOM games, you'll love that. All right. Arkham Asylum and Arkham Origins. Both great games. If you love Batman, definitely you owe it to yourself to play the Batman Arkham games. Okay. Oh, I'm getting sick. My nose is starting to run, but that's all right. We'll power through this. Battlefield, and Bad Company, and Battlefield 2. So, yeah, Battlefield Bad Company 2. Sorry, not Battlefield 2. Completely different game. But amazing games. Love this series. Love the characters, especially just the banter between squad mates in Battlefield Bad Company. I just that's something I will always remember. I don't really remember much of Battlefield Bad Company 2. But It's all right. You know, I'll eventually have to replay that. Battleship. So this is a movie tie-in game. It's better than I thought it was gonna be, but it's not the best. I'd say if you can find it under $5, that's probably worth it. Not Battlefield. Beyond Two Souls. Great story game. If you're not into like the cinematic movie type games, I would say skip this one. But if you are, you owe it to yourself to play this. Just an amazing story. BioShock 2 and BioShock Infinite. So I do not have the original BioShock. Well, I do have it. I just don't have that. It's in my backlog and not in my on the shelf collection. My on the shelf collection, where these all these games came from, that's strictly reserved for games that I've basically played through the campaign at least one time, and I can say I'm done with it. Uh, Black Site Area 51. I really enjoyed this. Maybe it's just my nostalgia vision, but this was one of the first PS3 games that I played way back when the PS3 came out, and I just had a lot of fun with it. Um, I did watch someone, I think they reviewed it and they were saying that it was a terrible game, and maybe it's just that nostalgia vision that you know, I don't agree with that. I think it was a great game, but yeah, that's just maybe just because that's what I was into at that time that I was playing it. Chronicles of Riddick, Assault on Dark Athena, and this does include the Escape from Butcher Bay. So Escape from Butcher Bay was one of my favorite Xbox games ever, and yeah, just these games are great. They're definitely hidden gems. Well, Butcher Bay I think is not a hidden gem. Everyone knows that game is amazing, but Assault on Dark Athena, I think that it has a lot of people that overlook it. Catherine. So this game just got re-released on the PS4, and it's a very fun game. I really enjoyed playing it. It's a anime-esque puzzle game where you're basically climbing towers and you have to move blocks and stuff. I thought it was really fun. Loved the story. Very unique story. We have Clash of the Titans, the video game. So never saw the movie, but I rented the video game back in the day, and when I could find it for under $5, I picked it up. We have, okay, here we go. I think this was my first platinum trophy ever. I might be wrong, but Call of Duty World at War. Just I love this game so much. Had so much fun playing the Nazi zombies. That this was where Nazi zombies came from. So if you like the Nazi zombies, that's the first game that Nazi zombies was introduced. We have Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, just another amazing game. We have Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. So both of these are great. Loved those. But for me, I think Modern Warfare 2 is probably the best. I kind of lost a little bit of interest at Modern Warfare 3. Call of Duty Ghosts, I picked it up for under $3, and I'd say that's a decent price for it. If you haven't played it, it's not too bad. It's not too great. It's just a Call of Duty, regular campaign. I might be the weird guy because I actually play the Call of Duty games for the campaign. I'm not really that focused on the multiplayer aspects. We have Call of Duty Black Ops. So Call of Duty Black Ops, that was a pretty fun one. Yeah, just moving on, we have Dead Island and Dead Island Riptide. Both of these are just great. I loved the Dead Island series. Okay, two more games. This my buddy Rigo got me into. Darkness, he was the one that introduced me to this, and then Darkness 2. Loved these games. They're amazing, great story. We have Dante's Inferno Divine Edition. I picked it up for $6. If you like God of War, you'll probably like this game. Very similar style. Crisis 2. So yeah, Crisis 2 for the PS3. I actually owned multiple copies because I had one copy that just randomly got stuck inside my PS3. And it was a while before I could get that repaired and get it out. Moving on, we have Conflict and Night Ops. I wish I could say I remember anything about this game, but I remember it was And we have Conan. So this is Conan the Barbarian. I rented that. I really don't remember much about that. All right, 1 second. We got more games coming. All right. So we have Enslaved, Odyssey to the West. Great game. Loved that. Enemy Territory Quake Wars. So back when my PS3 went out for the first time, it was the second time, I think. Yeah, the first time it was Yellow Light of Death where it went out, and then the second time the Blu-ray drive went out, and I could only download demos. And I downloaded the demo for this, and I think I played that demo every single day just because it was just so fun. Loved this game. I think that was just a very underrated game. We have Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, just an amazing addition into the Elder Scrolls franchise. Moving on, we have Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion and the Shivering Isles expansion. So these are great. Loved the Shivering Isles. That's just such an amazing addition to Oblivion. We have Eat Lead, The Return of Matt Hazard. I was playing through this in AIT, and that's about it. I just remember it was okay. They had some weird different levels, and I thought that was fun, but I don't think there was anything to write home about. Dynasty Warriors Gundam 3. This was kind of a pain trying to track down. I spent $16 on it, and yeah, just it was. I think I was just trying to track it down to get one trophy because it was at like the top of my PSN profiles. Like it was the next trophy that I needed to get according to the recommended trophies, and it just kept pissing me off because I just didn't ever get it. So I tracked it down, popped it in, got that one trophy, and I might play it again when I knock some more trophies out. Duke Nukem Forever. It took forever to get released, and it wasn't that great. Okay, we have Dragon Age Origins Awakening and Dragon Age 2. Loved Dragon Age Origins. I picked this up at Kmart. I want to say it was like $3 or $5, something like that. It was an obscenely low price. And Dragon Age 2. Dragon Age 2, I just felt like they changed too much from the original. I liked the original style, and when they changed it, we have the God of War Collection, God of War 3, and God of War Ascension. So, the God of War games on the PS3 were great. If you like the PS2 God of War games, both of them are right here. And, it's a completely different game than the God of War on PS4. So if you've only played God of War PS4, just be aware that the original games are nothing like that. All right, Genji Days of the Blade. Picked this one up. I think used. And it's I remember the giant crab scene. Like everyone laughs at that, but yeah, I mean, it was okay. It took me a while to beat. There was a part that I was stuck at, and it just took forever. This was one that I've looked back and I remember fondly. I can't remember if I really enjoyed it or not, but I want to say I do because I don't have any bad memories about it. I do have good memories. This was one of the other ones that I would play the demo for, and that is Fracture. So I think if I remember correctly, you have a gun that can control like the landscape, so you can basically like make mountains or make holes and stuff like that. As far as I remember, I might be wrong, could be completely different, but at least that's what I remember. We have Final Fantasy 13. It was okay. Okay, so we have Fear 3 and Fear 2. Loved the Fear games. The original Fear was one of the first PS3 games that I did play. I think the first PS3 game that I ever did play was Resistance Fall of Man with my buddy Rigo. And then, yeah, Fear, the original Fear was one of the other ones that he introduced me to. All right, moving on. We have some more. We have Fallout 3. This was a great game. If you haven't played Fallout 3, you owe it to yourself to play it. Falling Skies, the game. I hate this game. I hate this game with a passion. Took me forever to beat. I just wanted to finish it. It just was just so long and dull. Love the series though. I love the Falling Skies series. Um, Escape Dead Island. This was a fun, different take on the Dead Island game series. We have the Infamous games. So Infamous and Infamous 2. Both great games. I love Infamous, the first one. I did get the Platinum Trophy on that. And that's one of the few that I'm very, very proud to have the Platinum Trophy on. Homefront, I enjoyed it. I thought the music was great in certain scenes. And yeah, it just was a very interesting premise. It's basically Red Dawn, the video game. Hitman Absolution. It took me forever to knock this off my backlog. I'm glad that I did, but I really don't have much to say about that. And I didn't beat it too long ago. I just don't have much to say about that. Heavy Rain. So this was one that took me a while to track down a physical copy of it. But man, I love the story. The story is just so amazing. There's plot twists that you don't see coming, and they're just great. Moving on, we have Heavenly Sword. I got this in middle school. And yeah, in fact, I got this from my buddy Mark, and he brought it to school, and I paid him some money. I can't remember how much, but that was when getting a new PS3 game was like meant the world to me, and I really enjoyed it. I know, I guess it wasn't critically acclaimed, but I really enjoyed it. I was hoping they would make a sequel. Just it was really fun. Haze. I got this from Blockbuster actually. So that shows how long that's been in my collection. And yeah, Grand Theft Auto 4. Actually, I don't even think that I did beat this. This might have just snuck up on my shelf. Just because yeah, I want to say that's not even on my game list. We have a sealed copy of the God of War collection, so that's cool. Lost Planet 3. We have Lost Planet 2, and okay, I guess I don't have the original Lost Planet. That's strange. I thought I did have the original Lost Planet, but that's all right. But these are pretty good. I enjoyed the first Lost Planet the most, but I think Lost Planet 3 was pretty fun too. And Lost Planet 2, I do have some good memories with that. Lollipop Chainsaw, just a really weird game. That was pretty fun. Okay, moving on. We have The Last of Us. Now, The Last of Us, oh man, this game is just so amazing. You owe it to yourself to play through that story. Geez, that disc is coming out. All right, we have Legendary. This game sucks. Premise is amazing. You cannot save this game without going online and connecting the servers, which are down. So you can never save this game. So the only way to play it and beat it in the way that I did was I had to sit through in one setting, and yeah, basically one sitting, go through the entire game. And I hated every moment of it because of that reason. L.A. Noire. So this I actually had a lot of fun with. It's made by Rockstar, and it's like a 1940s like basically detective, and you get to be in his shoes, and he just came back from the war, and he's dealing with PTSD. He's dealing with his marriage at home and stuff like that, and you just get to see a real person, and that's what I love about that game is the character feels like a real person. Not a great person. He's got his issues, but yeah, you can definitely see that he's an actual character. player. Had a lot of fun with this. This was another game that came out around the time the PS3 came out. The DualShock controller, the 6-axis controller controls with it, but they actually did update it to where you can play without it, as far as I know. And it's just I enjoyed it. I thought it kind of showed what the PS3 was capable of early on, and I did have fun with it. We have Killzone 2 and Killzone 3, both great games. I loved the Killzone franchise, and I think I do own every Killzone game ever released. At least I do have Killzone for PS2, Killzone 2, Killzone 3. I think I have Killzone for the PS4. And then I know I have the PSP and the PS Vita release. So yeah, I think I do have every Killzone, unless I'm missing one. But here we go, Kane and Lynch and Kane and Lynch 2. So yeah, I loved these games. Kane and Lynch, that was another demo that I was always playing. And Kane and Lynch 2, the naked scene. Yeah, I could have lived without seeing that. But yeah, loved the just this one. You get to basically, there's one mission where you're basically going down this skyscraper, and you're breaking in and you're shooting people and stuff like that, and just it just was like, okay, like I can really enjoy feeling like the bad guy for a change. And I think that's what it does. It makes you enjoy being the bad guy for a change. Most games you're the hero. But yeah, Kane and Lynch, you're not the hero. And of course, that's my last name, Lynch. So I did enjoy that. Jurassic the Hunted. This was a very weird addition to my PS3 collection. I rented that, and I eventually tracked it down. And for whatever reason, it's $12 for this game, which is, I would say, I the only reason I bought it was because it was $12, and I was like, I don't see that price ever going down. It hasn't gone down in a long time, and I just picked it up not too long ago, and yeah, when games like that come out and they're just not widely released, they do hold up in value. We have James Cameron's Avatar the game, so that is I don't know. I had fun playing it. It's not for everyone, I would say, but if you really enjoyed the movie, and the movie's been out for a long time now, but if you enjoyed the movie, you might enjoy that. And finishing up, we have Dead Space 3. It was okay. It didn't feel like a Dead Space game to me. And I think one of the best Dead Space games, yeah, if I could talk right, Dead Space 2. So this is the collector's edition, and yeah, this is the first collector's edition that I had ever bought. I saved up my own money for it, and inside you can see they have the soundtrack, so that is cool. And it also has, I believe, well, it has the game, and it did have the what is it called, the plasma cutter, but I have that back home at my parents' house. And yeah, when I was back home emptying out my room, I forgot to take that little plasma cutter. So yeah, I really enjoyed the first Dead Space, and when the Dead Space 2 Collector's Edition was when that was announced, I immediately pre-ordered it. I loved that series. But that is my entire PS3 collection now. So if you've watched part 1 and now you've finished part 2, you can see everything that I had on my shelf for the PS3. Just I think I've got a pretty large PS3 collection. I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys have a bigger collection? Do you have a smaller collection? And let me know what your favorite PS3 game was, especially if I don't have it. At least At least that way I can either, if I have it in my backlog, I can play it, and if I don't own it, then I can, you know, look for it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. Have a wonderful night, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye bye.